to the audio show.
Is there more commotion for Amber and Shayla and Anthony and Angelina? Yes, there is. Let's go.
So don't be over here trying to remind me of what we had before. That's not what you wanted. So why would you even mess up the good thing that we have going on here now, you know? And I was honestly thinking about telling Amber because I feel like she deserves to know the truth.
Maybe you do need to tell Amber. I'm going to be honest with you. Maybe she does need to tell Amber. That's probably one of the most credible gestures that she's done in a long time is saying maybe you need to tell Amber. Go ahead and tell Amber as to what's going on at this point. Maybe you should.
To go into business together with this podcast, and I just want to be completely...
No. Don't completely be anything. You'll be a complete fool if you say anything to Amber. And I'll tell you why on my way out. Let's go. You have to remember that Anthony is her husband. And as far as Amber is concerned, you are nothing.
That is true. That's a good argument. At this point in time, no one really thinks much of Shayla. They think that Shayla is a snake. That is true. I'm not going to dispute that. That's a very, very fair assessment and it's a fair argument.
She may tolerate you for now, but she has been made a fool of in public for this man. She's taken him back. They've started new businesses. They have all these things going on.
But you don't think I should just keep it real with her? Like I thought.
Real what? She's going to choose him over you every day. She's going to believe in her mind that this is a ploy from you, that you're trying to get back with him, trying to separate them, trying to be devious. I'm sure somehow she's going to think that I'm behind this as well.
Yeah.
Probably would. I mean, and it does make sense as to what you're saying. The only thing, though, is that you must risk that because the truth of the matter is you put yourself in that predicament not to be trusted. So you must risk that as far as you're concerned. Now, whether she believes you or not, that's to be seen. But your job and your duty is to actually tell her. So I'm disagreeing with Angelina on this one. No, you need to tell her just the same. I think that's what you need to do. You need to do that, and wherever the chips fall where they're made, and that's what Shayla will have to accept. That's the point.
I'm not. That's not where I am in life. That's why I just wanted to be honest with her.
This is not about you. Hello? This is about Amber and her husband. You're on the outside looking in. Anthony is exactly who he's always been. All about Anthony. And as long as you understand that, you'll always be ahead of the game. Never put anything past Anthony. If he will lie to a woman that he will share his bed with, run around on, make a baby with her best friend, do all these things, what you have to understand is you mean zero. You are collateral damage. Don't ever forget that.
That is true. They are collateral damage. And I know what Angelina is trying to say. But again, Angelina, I'm going to have to rip you off on this one. No. Her duty is to notify Amber as to what you think is happening. Now, however that goes, that's how that goes. But she has a duty to notify her on that. The truth of the matter is, again, nobody had told you if you go sleep with a woman's husband. Nobody told you that. Nobody told you that. You did that on your own. So whatever comes with that, you should be willing to take. That's what the point of this right here is. Now what Angelina is saying is that she's not willing to take any of that. She feel like Amber need to find that out for herself versus Shayla telling Amber. But I could be wrong. I don't know. Maybe you guys have a different perception.
Now I love you because you're my sweetheart. But Amber knows exactly who she married.
You're right. That's so true. Well, you know, at the end of the day, I don't want to make it uncomfortable for Kai. I don't want them to be arguing in front of him. I don't want her to think it's me.
Then say nothing. You let his actions be the noose around his neck. Not the other way around. If it comes from you, it will seem like poison.
Yeah, but if both of them are around each other, things is happening, and then something comes up between both of them, then it still seems like the noose around her neck. That's the truth of the matter. So that's why she'll never live down or get rid of the noose around her neck. What she'll have to do is to consistently be truthful. to try to overcome the lies that she has told. That's the best that she possibly can do. Nothing else.
Let Anthony administer that dose himself.
Right.
All
Right.
sweetheart.
Right, Mom.
Let me get out of here because my grandson waits. Yes, please. Remember, Amber knows who she married.
And I'm not even sure if Amber knows who she actually got married to. Sometimes I don't know. Like, does she? Because then Amber says things and then, you know what I mean, and she go back on another thing and she doesn't really quite know. All right, okay, so the biggie here, friends, is this. Should Shayla tell Amber what she thinks Anthony's doing? That is a big question to y'all. Angelina says no. I say, if you think something is going on, then go ahead and say it. It is best for Amber to cut you off because you're trying to tell her the truth than for you not to tell the truth, sit on the truth, and then she cut you off anyways. I just don't know. That's exactly what I see when I look at the entire story in itself. But it feels like Angelina is back to games again. It could be that Angelina is saying, no, don't say anything at all, because the truth of the matter is Anthony is still a better option than Iman. So this may just still be a ploy for Angelina in order to get Anthony back into her grips again. Some way, somehow, because Anthony maybe is the man that she really had been looking for. And since he's already Kai's father, then it does make sense. So I could see Angelina planning down into that line. I don't even believe for one bit that she's just this ultra concerned about being this great humanitarian as far as Shayla is concerned. I just don't believe it. I'm not buying it at all. She's selling it, but I don't think I'm buying it at all. But I could be wrong. I see two sides of the puzzle, right? She's saying don't say anything at all. Allow Amber to know that for herself. I'm saying she should tell Amber. But I'm also saying that, well, she's also coming across as though it's almost like, you know what, keep it a secret so that way we can leave it as leverage on the board. It feels like it's still a chess piece with Angelina. I could be wrong. Give me a take. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Talk to you.